Big shout out to .store for sponsoring this video, and today we're getting into a PC build, and you can get all of these parts using my new dom.store links in the description. My new .store domain name will be used to promote the products that I talk about, and the .store domain name creates kind of an e-commerce brand associated with me, so when you hear dom.store, you know that there are products or deals on the other end. Plus, it's much easier for you to remember dom.store than it is some long product link. Over 300,000 businesses are already using .store domains, and you might know a few of them. I mean, we got Grammy-nominated singers, the leading airline Emirates, and one of the largest YouTubers on the platform, Dude Perfect, are all on .store domain names. So if you're thinking of starting an online store, you need to get a .store domain name, and there's a great offer on it right now that gets you 83% off. Go to get.store/dom and use coupon code DOM499. What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and today we are building a gaming PC as fast as possible. I got all the parts here. They're all in their respective packages. I got a case down there, which I'll show you in a little bit. And we're just going to try to, we're going to start the stopwatch. I'm going to aim for an hour and, you know, hopefully we get it done. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so move some of the stuff out of the way here. Definitely don't need all this up. Really just need the motherboard and the RAM and the CPU. Okay, so right here we do have the ROG Maximus 11 Extreme gaming motherboard, and this thing is pretty beef city if you ask me. Let's go ahead and pull this guy out of here real quick. Try not to make any verge mistakes. Now let's get into the PC. I don't want to screw things up by, you know, bending some pins in the socket or anything stupid like that. All right, so we have our motherboard all set up. Let's go ahead and get our CPU in here. Careful. Bust this guy out of the box. And get our cover open here. And our triangle, so we're just gonna set the processor in here lined up with the dot on the side. Nice and easy, just like that. Pop off this cover and we will clamp that sucker down. All right, so CPU is in. Let's go ahead and get the RAM inside of here. I'm going to make a huge mess behind me. So for the RAM, we are using the Dominator Platinum RGB from Corsair. This is 3000 megahertz, so we have 32 gigabytes of this RAM right here, which we are going to put inside of our motherboard. All right, these are some thick boy RAM modules right here. Let's see how we get into that. And we are going to set these guys in here. Might need some tweezers later on. Two Dominator Platinums are pretty cool. They got some really vibrant colors to them. All right, so we got our RAM, our CPU. Let me close this razor blade. And what we're gonna do next is our case. This, my friends, is the case that we are using. It is very big to be on this table. This is the ROG Strix Helios case. And you can see it's a massive case. So I'm gonna take off the tempered glass real quick down here. And we will get going. And just so I don't mess up my shiny table here, I'm going to put things down. Oh, and by the way, I'm not using any third-party cable management things or anything. Everything that I'm building is coming right from the boxes that we have here. And you know what happens when you're doing things fast and you're not thinking about it? The motherboard has a built-in IO shield. So we're gonna go ahead and flop this around and seat that bad boy inside of here. All right, that's a lot better now. We have more light going into this case. So let's get our screws out. Yeah, see, this is all I have for cable management, just a little bag of zip ties right here. So we're gonna have to roll with that. So I really wanted to do this. I was inspired to do this by channel Christopher Yee. If you haven't seen his channel, definitely go and check it out. He was doing a while back doing a build like this where he was trying to build it in an hour, and well, it didn't work out exactly as planned, but it inspired me to challenge myself to just make a nitty-gritty video trying to build a PC as fast as possible. We have the GPU. Let's go ahead and put in the cooler. It's the ROG cooler right here. Ryujin. All right, so we'll move our fans and our other hardware out of the way because I don't need any of these screws right now. What we do need are these two little guys right here. Let's go ahead and flip this guy up. Ugh. And we have nice little space back here to stick in what I thought was going to be problematic. Ugh. We have all of our little standoffs in here, or whatnot, for the cooler. And now I want to see how I'm going to place this inside of here. I'm gonna put that at the top. I think that serves best probably at the top of the case. But I do need to figure out how to get into the top of this case. All right, cool. Just a little thing that slides off. What we need to do now is get fans on this baby and get this inside of here. I'm trying to do my best job to get these in here with some decent cable management, because I don't want this thing to be an absolute train wreck either. This is going to be a cable disaster. Now it is time to go ahead and mount this bad boy. Let's make sure we have all this stuff out the way. Of course, in the middle of all the chaos, I realized that one of my cameras wasn't recording here, but that's okay, because that is not the point. All right, look at this beef city right here. Let's get this open. We'll go ahead and throw in our 2080 right up here in the top slot. And I just realized how the spacing is on this. And the only reason it's problematic is because of how they have this dang vertical slot laid out. Like, are you really gonna make me take this whole vertical slot out in order to get this GPU in here? All right, here we go. Slotting in the GPU. And we are in. We are in, son. Let's do this. We have our, tripping over the trash. We have our ROG Thor 850 watt platinum power supply. Let's go ahead and make some room for this guy right here. Redo our Velcro strap here because I do need that for some support. Ugh. Here's what we have so far, what we're looking like. It's actually a pretty cool stealth mode kind of build, in my opinion, and I'm gonna make it a little prettier than this, but right now I do need to get into the back here, so I don't know what kind of cables we're working with, but we have the actual power supply right here. It's in this smaller box, I think. Is this the power supply? Yes, ma'am. All right, so now I have access to the inside of here. So let's go ahead and have a first look at our cables here. And well, they're not as terrible as I thought. They actually are braided, nice covered cables. Coming down to the wire, we have about 10 minutes until we are kind of out of time. Obviously, I'm going to keep going until I'm done because I do want to see how long it takes me to get this to where it will power on. Pull that through. I think we do have a rookie mistake to leave that on. And let's all just watch as we pass the 1 hour mark. So close. Everything, for the most part, is hooked up. I just gotta plug in our fans here. And then we do need one SATA cable, which I will throw in as soon as I get all this stuff underway. And then we can connect our fans. There's just a little splitter here that we can connect all of the fan cables to. And then we can just shove those deep into a crevice where they will never be seen again. The fan cables anyway, because they're just pretty terrible. Let's go ahead and flip her up again. This is beginning to be heavy. All right, so all these cables, all these fan cables, are gonna have to go out this little back door. Some of these cable choices don't make a lot of sense either. Like there's like an L-shaped cable here that I don't know if it's gonna fit. It's like, why would you put an L-shaped cable when I have like very little room down here to actually connect it? Because it's being blocked by, I don't understand. All right, we are very, very close, and things actually look decently clean. Like, I mean, it's not the best looking build in the world, but it's actually looking pretty clean for the most part. Let's throw on this cover for the CPU cooler. Looks freaking sweet. Let's just move this cable out of the way. Look at that. Actually a pretty cool looking cover right there. Now I don't want to jump the gun, but we might be finished with this. Maybe. All right, got a long extension cord. Did we do it? Ooh, I see colors. Is it going to turn on? And I would say our cable management isn't terrible. It's not terrible. Let's see. Ha ha ha! There we go. That is on, my friends. That is a PC that is turned on. Everything is functioning. Look at the little display right there. It's booting up. We built a gaming PC. Let's stop. 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 47 seconds. Right there. We finished our gaming PC. I'm about 30 minutes over the time that I wanted to do it. I feel like I made a couple of mistakes that cost me the win for the time, but overall, I'm pretty damn happy with the time, given the complexities and everything that had to be done. This is definitely the fastest that I've ever built a gaming PC. It's the fastest I've ever tried to build a gaming PC, and I think it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy about this. So I don't know. Here we are. Let's hop to another day and run some benchmarks. So yeah, I built this computer a little slower than intended, but nonetheless, here she is, and this is my ultimate ROG build. I threw some LED lights in here as well after the fact, but as I mentioned, I'm using the ASUS ROG Strix Helios case, which is an absolute beast. There's custom RGB lighting effects, there's space for days, straps up top to carry this monster around with you if you wanted to do that, and well, you know, it's just awesome all around. Now inside, I'm using the ROG Maximus 11 Extreme with a 9900K as I explained, and the ROG Strix 2080 Ti and 32GB of Corsair's Dominator Platinum RGB RAM running at 3000 MHz. I also have the Ryujin 360 AIO from ASUS and their ROG Thor 850 watt Platinum power supply. I guess you could say this is your run-of-the-mill gaming PC, at least for nowadays, but the parts here involved are definitely packing some power. For gaming performance, Shadow of the Tomb Raider clocks in around 120 to 130 frames per second, and over on Cinebench, we have a CB score of 2025. I mean, really, benchmarks don't matter when you're packing this kind of power. It's a beast and it runs like one, as it should. But overall, it's a clean PC build and I was happy with the turnout, given the time it took to put it together anyway. But let me know what you think about this monster in the comments section below. And also be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you're not already. But don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're the first in the loop when new videos like this drop in the future. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. This is Dom and I will catch you in the next video.